All right, so we've all been talking about lately just how great the Cottage Living Debug menu is. There's so many cool things we can find in there, so much cool stuff that we can do. It's a really, really great debug menu, and like I have been excited about it since it came out and I first saw this debug menu. It's amazing, but that kind of got me wondering just how good is this debug menu? Just how good is the Sims 4 Cottage Living debug menu? Well, you know what? I decided I wanted to try it out. I wanted to see what I could create in the game using only the debug items, because this debug menu is so great. I think it could stand up to the test. I think I could do it. I think I can make an entire lot using the debug items, and not just an entire lot, but a nice looking lot using these items. So that's what I decided to do. But before we get too far into it, if you have not subscribed to my channel, make sure you go ahead and click that subscribe button. But that being said, so yes, everything on this lot is completely used in the debug menu. The only items that I used in this lot that were not in the debug menu were the terrain tools. So, you know, when I colored in the grass or I lowered the grass to make a pond or stuff like that, obviously that's not in the debug menu. But everything else is completely debugged. So the fence, the house, the windows, the doors, the gates, the truck, the little farm that we create, all of the plants, everything is completely debug. Now, theoretically, this house would be free then, because, you know, debug menus typically don't cost anything. That's not completely true. This house does come in with a small simoleon price tag, and the reason for that is you can find some things in the debug menu that cost money. For example, I use some of the lettuce and the aubergines and the carrots and animal treats and stuff like that. Those are also items you can find in the debug menu, which I do use in this build. So it's not a completely free lot, but it is pretty close. It comes in less than 1,000 simoleons, if I'm not mistaken. We'll check once this is over with. But yes, so I have the house and the outside perimeter fenced off right now. I've added kind of a little pond, and now I'm just kind of going in, adding some plants and decorations around the pond. I've added trees in the corners of the lot. I'm putting in the kind of muddy terrain paint. I wanted to try to put one of the bridges over this pond. I really, really did. But unfortunately, it did not work out. I couldn't quite get it to fit, which, it's okay. Things happen. But, you know, one of my favorite things in this debug is that tree right there. That tree with the string fairy lights, because you can find those in the debug menu. You can find those string fairy lights to put around your trees. And I am so in love with that. That is just the best thing that there could have been in this was those lights. I don't know why I love them so much, but oh man, I do. They're great. I'm sorry, they're great. I'm kind of working on the farming area right now. Now, I could not put any actual farming stuff on here because it wasn't in the debug menu. I couldn't find any of those little gardening plots in the debug menu or anything like that. And while I probably could have found like some apple trees or something like that in the overall basic debug menu, I only used Cottage Living Debug. So I didn't even use the full debug menu on this lot. I used specifically the Cottage Living debug menu. But I still think it came out great. Here I am. Those are some of the fruits and stuff that I said would have added the money to the lot, the pumpkins and the aubergine and the lettuce and stuff like that. It's kind of in the back of the truck. Figure that truck's, you know, going somewhere to drop off, make a delivery, something like that. But yeah, so now I'm working on the garden. You know what? I think it came together even without not having any plants at my disposal. I think it really came out that it was a farm. I think you can really tell that. I put some headstones in there too. I was kind of excited about those headstones. They're a very unique look, and I really like that. And I kind of figure maybe this is an old family lot. Maybe, you know, the family wanted to bury them where they worked and lived. You know, I could kind of see that with some, you know, older type families and stuff like that. We have tractors and those little hanging lantern lights too. Oh my gosh, I love them. this debug menu really truly is great. I mean, this build I think came out really great. I really love how this build came out. I'm very very excited about it. And honestly, I think it's one of the better builds I've done, and I really didn't even build anything. I just placed debug items around. But I that's how good the Cottage Living debug menu is. I mean, it's almost created something out of nothing, so to speak. And there's more you can do. I only used a very small fraction of the debug menu in this build. There were so many other items. You could very easily make other builds with the debug menu. So it's very, very possible. It's a very, very strong, very, very good debug menu. But let's go ahead and take a look at the lot. So it's just a little family home lot. You come in, and up here is the family home. It's decorated with flowers. Now, obviously, you cannot actually go inside. Like, if I move the door away, there's nothing there for you to go inside. This is a debug house. But it's been decorated. We have the lights stringing. We have broken fence pieces. I mean, this is a true and real lot almost. I mean, it's not playable, but it is a very, very it's a very inclusive lot. We got bunnies and chickens and cows, and I mean, all of it was found in debug menu. So, like, let me show you this at night. Like, at night, even the lights, the debug lights, they actually work. So, all these string lights and everything on the outside, these little lanterns, I mean, it all works. Even this little bitty light right here, I'm pretty sure it actually gives out light. This little light right here, it actually works. And now, some of these items are found in the actual sim menu. So they're kind of duplicated in debug, but they're still there in debug. So if you want this lamp, you don't have to pay for that lamp. You can just get it out of debug and it's fine. But yes, so this was a very fun challenge for me to do. I really, really enjoyed it. I kind of want to make another one of these. So let me know down in the comments below if you'd like to see another one of these. And I think that's it for today's video. If you have not subscribed to my channel, make sure you go ahead and click that subscribe button. And I will see everyone next time. Bye!